Hello everyone, Andrew here with Kimball Realtors. I want to give a couple disclosures right away before we get started. What I'm going to talk about today is not financial advice. This is opinions that I have, so it's not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor in any way. I'm a realtor. My expertise is in real estate, knowing the real estate market, knowing home values, and knowing the value of real estate. Like I said, I'm a realtor. I know the market. That's my area of expertise. I'm going to be talking today about some financial issues. And what I'm going to talk to you today is about Rich Dad, Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki and why I think one of his key principles are wrong. Now, to start with, I actually think this is a really good book. I really enjoyed reading this book, and I highly recommend it. It does have some great financial advice in there, and when you listen to him and things that he tells you about, it's really good. So I do recommend his book very highly. There is a link down below if you want to purchase the book. Now, we are an affiliate, so we do get a small amount if you purchase it, but I'm really more about just, I think it's a good book, and I think you should get it. But one of the things that Robert Kiyosaki said years ago when he started and what kind of propelled him into fame was claiming people make the mistake of thinking their house is an asset. In his opinion, your house is a liability, because by his definition, only things that produce money are an asset. And he said your house costs you money, and so that's a liability. I disagree with that, and I'm going to show you why. One of the things that people don't think about when they say your house is a liability and not an asset is you have to live somewhere, okay? And you're going to be paying a mortgage, whether it's your own mortgage or it's your landlord's mortgage. You're still paying a mortgage. But you have to remember that your landlord has his cost figured into the cost of your rent. So you're still paying all those things. I'm going to go over some numbers with you. And like I said, this is the book I'm going to be talking about. Robert Kiyosaki, Rich Dad, Poor Dad. Great book, but I do think one of his guiding principles, in my opinion, is wrong. And I'm going to explain why I feel that way. Okay? Okay, so when I say that no matter what you do, you're paying a mortgage, whether you're paying your own mortgage or you're paying a landlord's mortgage, a landlord doesn't just provide you a place to live because he wants you to have a place to live. He's doing this for a profit. So what I'm going by is what are the averages, and I'm going to go over two statistics on 10-year averages, okay? So the average house right now today, and this is 2021, the average house in America sells for $226,000, actually $226,800, is what the average house sells for in America today. This is the average. The average 3-bedroom apartment, now the house is most likely a 3-bedroom house, so the average 3-bedroom apartment costs $2,036 per month in rent, okay? So if you were to buy a house with $22,000 down, let's say you're doing 10% down, or 10% down, okay? In some markets you can do more, some you have to do a traditional 20% down, but let's say you're doing 10% down for sake of what we're talking about in our video. You're going to put $22,000 down. So I'm going to put that down here in this column here, $22,000 down. And let's say rather than putting the $22,000 down, you're still renting, but you also had $22,000. So you're going to keep your $22,000 here, okay? Okay, so even with your insurance, your PMI, and this is just from a mortgage calculator that you can find anywhere on the internet, a $226,000 home with PMI insurance, mortgage, and taxes is going to cost you $1,477 per month, okay? That's going to be your house payment per month. And again, your renting is $2,036 per month. Now you're thinking, why is it more? Because again, your landlord is looking to make a profit on the home that he's renting to you. So if he's renting you a $226,000 home, this might be what he's paying for it, but he's got to figure out his profit and then also any maintenance costs that's going to happen and repairs are going to need to be done on that home. He's not paying for them out of his pocket because he wants you to have a place to live. This is a business for him, is what that is. So you have a difference of $559 per month right away, right off the bat. You've got that difference. You're going to be saving every month that amount in a similar home versus a 3-bedroom apartment versus the average home in America. So you're going to pay approximately $24,432 per year in rent, okay? So over a 10-year period, you're going to pay out $244,000, $320 in rent. That's just gone, okay? That money's gone. That's money you paid out in rent. If you were to be paying your homeowners over the 10 years, and I say 10 years because the average person stays in their house now for 10 years. For years, it was always 7 years. Now they figure the average person stays in their house for 10 years. So the appreciation value alone in the home, okay, in the last 10 years, they've gone up 49% in value in the last 10 years, so approximately 5% per year. So by keeping that average, which is average 10 years from now, they figure the average home will be worth, that you paid $226,000 is going to be worth $382,000, okay? Now this is assuming you're getting a 3% mortgage, okay? Now I know that they call this a capital gains because you made money on the sale of your home, that's capital gains, but you borrowed money at 3% and you were getting a return of 5%. So that, in my opinion, makes this an asset, not a liability, because you are generating value every month that you have this home. You're generating over and above what you're paying on that home. You're generating that because you borrowed at 3% and you're getting it back at 5%. So when you do that, when you say, let's say it's 10 years from now, you're selling this home, and again, if you've been renting this entire time, you spent $244,000. If you'd been paying in your mortgage all this time, you would have now gained in principal, just in principal, you would have paid $52,519 over this time. That's almost like a built-in savings account for you. The house has also gone up in value by $155,000. So, by that math, when you sell this house, you have $207,000 in your pocket when you sell this house. It's going to be a little less because you're going to have some closing costs and things like that. But overall, just in this example, that house is now worth $207,000 as far as your profit that you're making on this house. Whereas if you've been renting this entire time, you've spent $244,000 that's just gone. You're never getting that back. So right away, I call this an asset and not a liability because it's gone up in value for you, just that amount. Now here's where it really gets exciting in my opinion, is you say, okay, well, but this person had $22,000 that he could have invested over them 10 years. Well, if you had invested just for 10 years that $22,000 and you got a modest 6% return on your investment, because any investments are risky. They could go up, they could go down. There's no guarantee they're going to go up. But let's just say you got 6%. You would have gotten $36,000 is how much you would now have made. So you would have made a profit on that of $14,000, okay? That's not terrible, it's $14,000, okay? So that's if you're a renter and you had taken, instead of a down payment on a home, you got a 6% return on investment, you now have $36,000 at the end of that 10 years. But let's go back to, I had this $559 per month that you have saving versus if you were renting this. If you were to invest this in the S&P, $500 every month for 10 years, you would have invested $72,000, okay? And remember, now you have that in stock, so if you do need a new hot water heater, or you need a new furnace, or you need a new roof on the house, that's something that you could sell some of these stocks and be able to get the money for that repairs if you need to. Or you could do a second mortgage, home equity loan type of thing if you needed to. So you've got that there, your equity built up. But by investing this here, this $72,000 that you saved here, okay, is now going to be worth, based on what's happened in the last 10 years in the S&P, $120,000. So that's gone up almost $50,000 on top of this 207. So now we're talking closer to $257,000 in your pocket after 10 years if you're a homeowner versus being a renter. So in my opinion, $257,000 becomes an asset, not a liability. And every month you're gaining some. So even though you do have expenses on here, and this is going to go down too because your PMI is going to be gone after a little while, but that's all things to talk to your lender about, to your financial advisor about. I'm strictly going by averages on here. So, like I said, in my opinion, you have a $250,000 positive here, okay, $257,000 positive if you're a homeowner after 10 years, whereas you have a $14,000 positive if you're a renter, if you actually took that same money and invested it. So, in my opinion, this is where I think Robert Kiyosaki is wrong. I think, yes, you're a homeowner, being a homeowner, you do have an asset, not a liability. When you're a renter, in my opinion, strictly liability. That's it. Again, it always goes back to what I say. You're paying a mortgage, either yours or someone else. And that landlord's not just letting you live there because he's a nice guy. It's a business for him. That's what it is. It's just numbers. So again, end of the day, $257,000, $14,000. I'm only calling them out on that one principle because I do believe that this is a very good book. Like I said, I do recommend it very highly. I got a lot of really good information out of the book. I really enjoyed reading the book. But I do believe that your house is an asset versus a liability. So, as always, thanks for watching. If you're new here, subscribe to our channel. If you liked the video and you got some good information from it, please smash that like button for me. And also, in the comments down below, if you think I'm wrong, tell me that. I'll be glad to hear why you think I'm wrong on this. Or if you have another topic you'd like to see us talk about, let me know. We'll talk about that topic as well. I really enjoy doing these videos for you, so let me know. Again, as always, thank you very much.